These three men, Dantrell Johnson, Gregory Hamilton, and Keon Pruitt, are allegedly members of the Highs Street Gang, which claims territory in Minneapolis, north of West Broadway, and feuds with rival members of the Lowe's Gang, whose territory is south of West Broadway.
Bitch, we from Broadway. That mean we not from the Lowe. Where you from? Bitch, we from Lindale. That mean we not from the Lowe.
15 this evening in the 700 block of 42nd Avenue North when someone opened fire into the clientele barbershop.
Office turning to racketeering laws, once used to take down the mafia, and now trying to dismantle Minneapolis street gangs.
Yeah. Welcome to the channel. I'm sure a lot of y'all are not aware of this, but Minneapolis, Minnesota has a serious gang problem, and it is deadly. And when the ops run into each other, no matter what time or day it is, it gets active. Y'all gonna want to watch this all the way to the end. Check this out.
Not a fight, not a battle, it's a war.
The war is fueled by retaliation. This for that. Back and forth messages that play out on social media, then the street.
There's no...
But let's get into it. Because today we're gonna tap into one of those states that may not seem dangerous, but in recent years has turned out to be one of the most violent. You feel me? Welcome to Minneapolis.
Better known as Murder-apolis, the place that I'm from.
See them boys and then we get on feast them. All those fuck them up. Tell a boy and never. Shots fired on mama. Oh my God, what happened to Nelly? Cowboy got shot in his belly. They ain't ran from us at the telly. Slide me out, I'ma turn it to
He was told the jury these images show the defendants chasing Wells outside and murdering him in the street as retaliation.
Damn.
And today we're gonna speak on one of Minneapolis's
Murder-apolis.
most dangerous gangs, man. The Highs, located north of Broadway, which was the only street separating them from their ops, known as the Lowe's, who operated on the south side of Broadway. And they basically had been at war for over 15 years, man. Over 20 years, I'm thinking. You feel me? Shooting up parties, clubs,
all
food
that.
trucks, barbershops, stores, gas stations. These little niggas was putting belt down, man, and they was crashing out on site. It didn't matter if grandma's kids was around.
Right.
They don't give a fuck. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, because north side is dangerous. You got to keep your head on a swivel when you're on the north side because it gets hella active no matter what time of day it is.
These boys was jumping out broad daylight, you feel me, on busy streets and opening fire into crowds of people at random, man. You feel me? They can care less about kids being out there. They can care less about innocent bystanders being hit. You know what I'm saying? All they was focused on was the ops. You feel? They seen the ops, and it's like these kids has got like tunnel vision or something. Like they cursed or possessed by demons or some shit. The way they, just how they moving, right? But anyway, let's get into this shit, right? Because we're gonna speak on a few of these incidents, because I don't know if I just been living under a rock, but I never knew Minneapolis was this wild, man.
Man, is he serious? It been going down in Minneapolis for years and years. Many years. It's always been on, man. It's just turned up to a whole nother level these days. But gangbanging and violence has always been a thing in Minneapolis. They don't call it Murder-apolis for nothing, man. You must have been under a rock.
I did not know it was crazy like this out there.
Yeah, it is.
According to documents, this war has been going on since May 2004, right? When Christopher Littles was gunned down at a house party. He was a member of the Lowe's, you feel me? And after two subsets from the Highs and the Lowe's, known as Murder Squad and 1-9, you feel me? They end up getting into a heated dispute on the dance floor. And shots would be fired. Somebody blick, got the blowing in the party, you feel me? And ended up killing 18-year-old Christopher Littles.
I kind of remember when that happened too. I believe I used to ride past his memorial that they put up for him where he died at, like out on the street all the time.
And I send my condolences to his family. May he rest in peace, right?
Right.
This one murder would be the cause of over 30 murders within the city of Minneapolis.
Damn.
I said Minneapolis. Minneapolis.
Man, just go ahead and call it Murder-apolis, man.
You feel me? They would begin targeting each other wherever they could, bro. Walking up, drive by, it didn't matter. These little dudes
It don't
used
matter.
every method they could to eliminate their opposition.
Oh, yeah, it get dirty, man.
And when they weren't sliding and laying belt on each other, they were committing robberies, drug trafficking, fraud, burglaries, all types of shit, man. Just a menace to society, bro. Just a bunch of menaces to society. I've reached out just to speak with individuals who live in the area, north and south of Broadway, and they told me that this war has destroyed the city, man, and that these gangs were unorganized and out of control, making...
Man, that's facts, man. These YNs, man, they done tore up the whole city, all the gang banging. A lot of people lost their lives, including a lot of young dudes, man, and some girls at that. Young, man, kids. It's terrible, man.
All social gatherings unsafe because of the constant retaliatory shootings. You feel me? One shooting that was said to re-spark the war between the Lowes and the Highs was the murder of prominent Highs member who had been getting a haircut at a local barbershop, right? When members from the Lowes would line up standing across the street from the barbershop like a damn firing squad, bro, and unload on the barbershop that was full of people.
6:15 this evening in the 700 block of 42nd Avenue North, when someone opened fire into the clientele barbershop. Officers found one man dead inside the business, and a man and a woman got themselves to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Now, there were markers for nearly 24 shell casings on the sidewalk in front of the barbershop, and police say it's another act of gun violence.
Man, that's
in a
one
city that has seen
barbershop.
far too many lately.
That is one barbershop that I would never go in. I used to be by there like damn near daily, but I would never go in that barbershop to get my hair cut. For real. But I know guys that did. I know a lot of dudes that used to go in there and get that haircut. But that whole neighborhood right there, man, is dangerous. You would not catch me slipping in no barber chair right there with that big old window right there. Dangerous.
And I'm talking about literally, they stood outside the window and unloaded damn near 30 rounds into this barbershop, bro. You feel me? Hitting an innocent bystander and killing dude. You feel me? How careless and scary could you be? Like, be honest.
That's wild,
They
man.
could have walked inside and handled bro face to face. You feel me? Y'all remember that shooting that happened with Lil Greg from the No Limits Chicago? Dude who killed him walked in the barbershop and got down on bro. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get the blowing through the window, hitting all these people. And
right.
You know what I'm saying? It was a murder that recently just happened in Flint. Dude walked in the barbershop and handled his business, bro.
Right.
You would get more respect for that than half-court shooting and shooting to a crowd of people. You feel what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, man. These young YNs, man, they certified crash outs, man. And with the drugs getting mixed in there too, you know, they popping irks and sipping and all that, smoking green all damn day. They don't think, man. They do not think. They don't even aim either. They just fire, really. Crazy, man. Minneapolis is wild, man. And the YNs today is just making it even worse, man. You know, they walking around like zombies off all them pills and all that. It's crazy, man. It's a wild place, man. A lot of people think it's a good place to live. And for the most part, it is. But not in Minneapolis, especially not the north side. And a lot of the suburbs is turned up now, too. So it's like, damn, you can't live anywhere and have peace in Minnesota anymore, damn near. It's wild, man. That place is, it's not what a lot of people think, that's for sure.
They could have walked inside literally and handled that business face to face, bro. Could have stood over him and everything, right? And spared the bystanders the unnecessary trauma, right?
Clipped him.
But hey, we don't have no principles, no morals, and a lot of these kids can't even think past fucking go.
Facts, man. And a lot of these YNs, they ain't got no structure anymore, man. You know, they ain't got no guidance. They ain't got no real OGs out there showing them the way and, you know, just spitting good game to them so they can do things a little smarter in the way that they do things these days. It's just all bad, man.
But let's get into it, right? Because, and hold on, because when you see a woman, bro, back in the day, bro, I done been through a lot of shit, bro. When you see a woman and a child, an alarm should go off in your head.
Right.
Abort mission.
Right.
But like I said, if it's that serious.
Right. Back in the day, you seen your enemy with his baby mom or with his kids, I mean, you'll give him a pass. You're going to see him again, especially in a place like Minneapolis, especially on the north side. The north side is this big, man. You're going to see your op eventually, man. You're going to run into him right here on Broadway, right here. That's on the screen, you know, right there at the liquor store right there, Murrin, or right across the street at the murder station. You're going to see him somewhere, you know, across the street at Cubs. I think Cubs is still there. I ain't lived there in a little while now, but Cubs across the street, you know, up and down Broadway, period, man. You're going to run into your ops, man. So if you seen him with his kids or his mom or, you know, something like that, you're going to let it slide for the moment. That don't mean the beef is over. You'll get him. You're going to see him again.
Walk up and do that, man, face to face, bro. But y'all have to stop hurting the innocent people, bro. You get no points for that. You actually lose stripes for killing the innocent, man.
Facts.
Back in the day, the mobs and the gangs would make you turn yourself in after doing some wild shit like that.
Right.
You feel me? Nowadays, it's accepted because nobody has principles and morals.
None.
You feel me? Anything for clout.
No principles, no morals, no guidance, man.
And acceptance, right? But anyway, members from the Lowe's would be caught for this shooting. They would charge 24-year-old Caprice Richard and Marquise Armstrong with the murder and attempted murder charges, right? But the Highs gang would get back in record timing, man.
Crash
Remember,
out.
Tyrese Giles would get
he
the
looked
news
like a certified crash
traffic,
out, don't he?
spinning blocks. He looking to lay some belt, y'all. You feel me? And
man, I get chills looking at this video, man. Just looking at these different streets and these areas, man. I mean, right there on that corner over there, my auntie used to live right on that corner, man. You know, I had a lot of family that lived right here in this little area, actually. I get chills just looking at this, man, because I know so many things that happen right here in this little area, man. You know, family and friends involved. It's wild.
They riding through the Lowe's territory when he would spot a member from the Lowe's named Darian Berry, an alleged, basically, I'm gonna say an alleged member of the Lowe's because we don't know for sure, bro. These people could just be friends of niggas. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, he's outside of the Penwood Market. That's basically in the Lowe's.
Another
hood.
deadly spot.
This is market they all be at. You know what I'm saying? And
boy, don't get caught slipping there.
Tyrese Giles.
That is one spot you don't want to be at. For real. If you ain't from down there in that area, don't even go to that store. Seriously.
Would jump out dressed in all black. He wearing a mask, everything. He jump out blowing. You feel me? He'd jump out firing a handgun, striking Barry multiple times, right?
Dang.
Barry, caught off guard, you feel me, would be hit once in the chest.
Dang.
He would be shown on camera, because all of this was caught on camera, right? He would be shown on camera trying to run inside the Penwood Market, clutching his chest. and then take off toward his vehicle.
And they
trying
probably
to
locked the
escape
door so he couldn't
the
get
barrage
in.
of bullets that was basically, you know what I'm saying, coming his way.
And they probably locked them doors at that store. So he probably couldn't even get in there when he tried. All bad.
But would be hit in the back multiple times and killed.
Damn.
Another individual, as named as witness 1, will return fire hitting Tyrese Giles multiple times in his back as he tried to flee the scene and would be damn near killed. You know what I'm saying? Both men would be transported to the hospital, and after going over video evidence and witness testimony, the police would charge Tyrese Giles with the murder of Darian Berry. And I want to send my condolences to Darian Berry's family, and may he rest in peace. You feel me? Because a lot of this shit is senseless, bro. But this wouldn't be the end.
Hella senseless, man.
Would take place, right? And on May 14th, 2022, members of the Lowe's would be looking to lay bilk as they slid through the Highs territory, right? Witnesses told police that one man in a blue hoodie and a Lowe's gang member by the name of Glenn Carter was wearing a black hoodie would exit a vehicle and open fire on a crowd.
Certified crash out, man.
That was located on North Broadway.
Certified crash dummies. Man.
Right? Everybody would take off running. Motherfuckers taking cover, getting down. You feel me? These niggas jump out blowing broad daylight, bro. Indiscriminately. You feel me? And Maconda Robinson, which was a 51-year-old black male, would be grabbed and used as a human shield, bro, by an alleged Highs gang member, Kayvon Williams.
Man, what the helly? This fool grabbed a whole nother grown ass older man and used him for a shield. And then he still got hit up. Man, what in the hell is going on, man? Damn.
Now, this shit was crazy as hell. You hear me? This shit was crazy.
Right.
This man grabbed a senior citizen,
right,
and used him as a human shield, bro. He did not want to feel them bullets, bro. You hear me? He was better off taking off running. Because
right.
You see the clip, everybody took off running. He grabbed on, you know what I'm saying? He was better off running away because he still ended up getting hit multiple times, right? And both men would be pronounced dead on the scene.
Straight up
they
idiot,
were both
man.
From their injuries.
Damn.
It was said that them boys jumped out and let off damn near 50 rounds at all of them people, bro. Like, that shit is sad, bro. The motherfucker jumped out and let off 50 rounds, broad daylight, into a crowd of people standing in line at a food truck.
Yeah, man. Them YNs in Minneapolis, especially on the north side, south side too, definitely crash out, man. Let off a 50 clip in broad daylight at a food truck. Don't get no more retarded than that, man. That was retarded, man. Yeah. Dang.
Are you serious, bro?
Right.
Like, and then this dude grab a random old man and throw him in front of him, trying to block the bullets and still get killed.
Bogus as hell, man.
Boy, gasoline draws, man. Gasoline draws. I don't care what y'all say,
man,
bro.
I agree,
gasoline
man.
draws. Man, I would have seen them boys bounce out that V, bro, and did 100 down Broadway.
Facts.
I would have put my feet to the cement. You hear me?
Facts.
I'm not about to run in the store because niggas will chase you down. Niggas will run in there after you, bro. I'm not about to try to grab nobody and put them in front of me because niggas will just be blowing. And, bro, the dash down Broadway. You feel me?
Yeah.
I would have been putting feet to cement. You hear me?
Man.
Like, come on, man. This shit. And then these dudes, bro, it's like they don't have that thought, bro. Like, but then again, bro, that's all of the hurt and the trauma, bro. These kids is riding around no emotional intelligence.
None. And on top of that, they gone off all kind of drugs, man. walking around looking like zombies. No soul, man. You look in them young YN's eyes, man, you don't see nothing. Nothing at all, man. Like you said, they walking around with a lot of hurt inside too, you know. They losing their friends, brothers, cousins. You know what I'm saying? So a mixture of the hurt and the drugs. And them YNs are soulless out there in Minneapolis.
They being raised by their moms. You feel me? If they do got men in their life, they probably toxic, teaching them all type of bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they growing up with no guidance, no emotional intelligence.
Man, no guidance
so they
at
lashing
all, man.
out. When they see a motherfucker who just smoked their mans or had something to do with it or is a part of the niggas who did, you know what I'm saying? They just seeing red. They don't see Miss Martha standing there. They don't see Mr. Charles standing right there. They don't see Lil TT standing right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All they see is the ops and they just jump out blowing, bro. And then they go to prison for 50, 60 years and regret the shit. But I'm not here to preach, man. I'm not here to preach. I'm just here to bring the news. But I do want to send my condolences to both families, Kayvon Williams and Makonda Robinson. I want to send my condolences to both of them families and may they rest in peace. You feel what I'm saying? Now, this would be said to be connected to the murder of a prominent member named Elo Lomax, right? Who have been a known face from over there. You feel me? Off K-Block, which was a gang or a crew that was under the Highs umbrella, basically. You feel me? And they had a bunch of little subsets within the Lows and the Highs. You had Skit Gang, 19, Murder Squad, K-Block. Man, there was a few of these different little subsets that was up under these two hoods. And one of these subsets that was from the Lows was called the Dunna Boys. And it was said that the individuals from the Dunna Boys would catch Lomax sitting in his car on the 3200 block of North Knox Avenue and open fire, killing him in the car. You feel me? Detectives would even state that this was believed to be a continuation of a rivalry between the two gangs. You know what I'm saying? And believe it or not, they never even found out who did this hit. They never found out who killed Lomax over there on North Knox Avenue. You feel me? But y'all know how the streets play, right? Just because the justice system can't find the killers, don't mean the streets can't. You feel
Facts.
me? And after this hit...
Facts. Because even I know some of the stories to a lot of these little things that went on. I don't know everything. I don't know every detail, but I heard a lot. You know, like I said, I was around. And I know a lot of little YNs, you know, from the highs and the lows, to be honest. So, you know, you hear things.
The war would definitely turn up a notch. And we're going to get into that on part 2. Because the feds will be watching due to all of the murders. And these boys will be doing hits like 90 going south. You would think this shit was the old Block 63rd, bro, the way this shit looking, bro. I'm talking about back-to-back hits, man. Like, this shit is crazy, bro. I never would have thought that this city was like this. Like, like I said, I must have been living under a rock or something, or they've been doing some real good job in the media covering up a lot of this shit, but...
Yeah, he ain't lying. He had to be under a rock somewhere because it has been going down in Minneapolis, North Side, South Side, and St. Paul across the river for many, many, many years, man. And like I said, it just always went to another level as the time went by. It just got worse and worse, man. And a lot of people from Chicago live in Minneapolis, and that has a lot of influence on a lot of the YNs, but man, it ain't good, man. And me personally, I always used to say, man, like, dang, man, these YNs, they trying to compete with the YNs in Chicago. You know, that's what I used to feel like, because the levels that the violence went to, you know, like, damn, they're trying to compete with Chicago, with Chirac, you know, it's crazy, man.
Due to this big indictment, it's like it's bringing out all of this shit that's been going on in Minneapolis for all of these years, bro. And I'm like, my mind is blue. Like, this shit is crazy. They've been out there crashing out.
Hella crazy.
For a long time, man.
Long time.
But we're going to get into that in the part 2, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. And tell me what other cities y'all want me to look into in the Midwest, bro. I'm telling you, we tapping in. Like I said, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe, man. Make sure y'all following me. Make sure y'all.
Man, that was a good video right there, man. Shout out to everybody that stayed and watched it to the end, man. Shout out to y'all. And let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comments, man, because this is wild, man. It's Big Lamar, not the little one. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, and hype this video up for your boy, man. I'm gone.